So, one of the biggest stories at the end of 2025 was comedian Akaash Singh getting completely embarrassed online because of his wife. For years, Akaash talked about her like she was perfect, like she could do no wrong at all. On his podcast, he constantly joked about celebrity couples and mocked messy relationships.
That is actually my number one. They must be generous with their finances from day one.
One of the most famous examples was when he talked about Will Smith during the whole Chris Rock slap situation. Back then, he sounded super confident about how relationships should work. But now, a lot of those old clips have come back to haunt him in a brutal way.
Oh, I didn't know that was Jade. I thought that was Megamind from the Disney cartoon. I did not know.
Yes. Will said that about your girl.
Again, also different.
You're not hitting them?
Also different because our wives aren't celebrities. They don't put themselves out there.
Yeah.
You put themselves out there, I swear I would look at you and be like, yo, and it would be a fight. And I'm not great at fighting with my wife, but it would be a fight where it's like, hey, you also got to understand that comes with this life.
I'm going to defend my wife. Yo, stand up for your wife, bro.
In private.
People started digging up TikToks, podcast appearances, and random clips from his wife, Jasleen, and the internet went crazy with the reactions. A lot of viewers said she came across as shallow, obsessed with status, and way too full of herself. Then, things got even worse because the clips just kept flooding out non-stop. Every week, it felt like there was another viral moment, making the situation even more awkward for Akaash.
We supposed to keep this on the low. You couldn't control and keep it on the low, and I look stupid, and you angry at me?
I'm the one getting embarrassed, and then I call you out on wording, and you get, yeah, that's what I said. No, it's not what you said.
I agree with you guys 100%.
Could be a wit.
The way I look at it is, you watch them you see them evolutionary charts from Neanderthal to Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Y'all are the first motherfucker out of Neanderthal.
After all the drama exploded last year, both of them started pushing back hard against the criticism. Jasleen regularly posts about the hate comments she gets online and claims a lot of it comes from bots and coordinated trolls.
If you don't know what the controversy was, a lot of red pill and misogynistic men tried to cancel me because I said I popped my pussy. Big fucking deal. Like, get the fuck over it.
She also appeared on another podcast where the host spent the entire time hyping her up and defending her like crazy.
Akaash and Jasleen are gonna profit from this, by the way. Like, y'all think that, Akaash really mad, right? Like, that don't change y'all life. Y'all still living in your mom's bedroom, talking about, his life over. Meanwhile, him and Jasleen sitting around, grabbing a check, opening up her, fifth Birkin.
Meanwhile, Akaash admitted the backlash seriously got to him emotionally. It became obvious that the non-stop comments, reaction videos, and online jokes really hit him hard behind the scenes. Even now, he still throws little passive-aggressive shots online. Like when he sold out Radio City Music Hall last month, he sarcastically captioned the post saying she ruined his career, clearly joking about all the people still talking about the Jasleen files. At the end of the day, nobody really thought Akaash's career was completely finished or anything like that, but the whole situation absolutely turned him into the internet's favorite punchline for a while. Everywhere people looked, there were memes, clips, and non-stop jokes about him and the drama surrounding his relationship. Then people started noticing something strange after his Radio City Music Hall show. None of the guys from the Flagrant podcast seemed to be there supporting him publicly. And even if some of them actually showed up behind the scenes, fans were saying Akaash barely acknowledged them at all. That instantly got people speculating that there was serious tension brewing between him and the crew. Things only looked more suspicious when Akaash quietly started removing references to the show from his social media pages. On top of that, he completely stopped appearing on the podcast for months straight. Then, in an interview, he talked about being tired of fake friends who secretly trash him behind his back during this whole mess. A lot of viewers immediately connected the dots and assumed he was talking about Andrew and the rest of the Flagrant team. Now we finally have confirmation that Akaash has officially left the Flagrant podcast.
We got to address the elephant in the room, no pun intended, okay? As I'm sure you guys are aware, our boy Akaash, he really went through it earlier this year, showed amazing resilience and, selling out Radio City recently, setting records in Toronto, just crushing stand-up around the globe, and literally just living the dreams that he would tell me about at 2 a.m. when we're eating fucking egg sandwiches at Veselka.
And honestly, the situation feels super awkward because fans were expecting some huge farewell moment or emotional goodbye clip. Instead, there's basically been silence from his side outside of a few passive-aggressive Instagram posts. Stuff like him joking that she ruined his career while bragging about ticket sales and saying everything is still going great.
I don't know. I don't feel like things really phase you like that. So I couldn't gauge
No, I was
if
phased.
it really hurt.
I was deeply phased.
But what is it on site, or are you evolved at this point?
If we want beef, I'll destroy everything. I'll burn everything down. Or you came at my wife, let's just burn it all down.
People thought there would be some final send-off, like Akaash hopping on the mic one last time saying, "Yo, this is Akaash Singh signing off from the Flagrant podcast." But nope, nothing like that happened at all. And because of that, fans think one of two things is going on. Either Akaash seriously fell out with Andrew behind the scenes, or he's completely fed up with the Flagrant audience after months of nonstop trolling and criticism. What makes it even crazier is that even though he hasn't been on the show for a long time now, the comment sections are still packed with people bringing him up every single episode.
Really?
This
useless bitch.
Which is like Punjabi brown meat.
The audience clearly has not moved on from the drama at all. You've got to remember, Akaash and Andrew really came up together in a lot of ways. Their careers were heavily connected, and between the podcasts, tours, and business moves, they've made a crazy amount of money together over the years. They built that whole Flagrant brand side by side, which is why this situation feels so strange to people watching from the outside. Even though Akaash still talks about the good times they had, a lot of fans feel like Andrew didn't fully protect him during this entire drama storm. Some people even believe it was Andrew's idea to bring Jasleen onto the podcast, which honestly made the backlash explode even harder. To critics, it felt like throwing gasoline onto an already massive fire. Then on Brilliant Idiots, Andrew made jokes and comments about the situation that many viewers thought crossed the line and looked disrespectful toward Akaash behind his back.
We're supposed to be really good friends and you're saying stuff or letting stuff slide. And I'm like, you're not a bad person. You just really want the fame. And you might be kind of broken if you've seen the other side of fame and you've experienced it and you still want it. There's probably something wrong with you.
Now, obviously, people will say, it's comedy. Everybody gets joked on. And that's true to a point. But at the same time, when the entire internet is already roasting you non-stop, hearing your own circle pile onto the jokes can probably hit different.
I would watch the videos and I would die laughing. As a friend who loves him, I would die laughing.
It can feel less like friendly comedy and more like somebody rubbing salt into an open wound. For a lot of Flagrant fans, the whole thing honestly feels like watching a messy breakup happen in real time. It's almost like parents sitting their kids down and saying, "Yeah, the family's splitting up. You probably noticed things have been awkward for a while." That's the vibe people are getting from all this silence and distance between them lately. And looking at it from Akaash's perspective, it's not hard to see why he might want out. Living inside the non-stop podcast world, internet drama, and political commentary scene can probably become mentally exhausting after a while. If he truly sees himself first as a stand-up comedian, then maybe he just wants to focus fully on touring, performing, and building his own lane away from all the chaos. Especially if he believes he can still make serious money without constantly being tied to the podcast machine. At the same time, walking away from a platform as huge as Flagrant is still a massive move. That show gave him exposure to millions of people, so seeing him disappear from it, this suddenly feels surreal to longtime viewers. There's just this weird emotional energy around the whole thing now, almost like the end of an era instead of a simple business decision. So yeah, based on their comments, it's pretty clear the Flagrant crew actually did attend the Radio City Music Hall show. But fans immediately noticed something felt off because none of them posted photos with Akaash afterward. No backstage pictures, no group videos, no celebratory moments, nothing at all.
But the experience has put things in perspective for him. And he has made the decision to focus all of his energy on stand-up. He is going to be stepping away from the pod. It is bittersweet. You know, we wish that he did not want to do that. But at the same time, you know, it's very hard not to root for your friend, you know, literally living his dreams. And if he feels he's got to give everything to that, then that's exactly what he's got to do. And we're going to rock with him. We hope you guys continue to rock with him. Go check out the show. We saw the show Radio City. It's phenomenal. You guys should absolutely go check it out. AkaashSingh.com for tickets. So we just wanted to, you know, clear the air. Akaash hasn't been on the pod for a while. We thought it was time that we, you know, talk to you guys about it.
And when people looked through all the content Akaash posted from that night, it only made things look even stranger. There wasn't a single glimpse of the Flagrant guys anywhere in sight. Not one clip, not one quick selfie, not even a random background appearance. That silence had people convinced there was real tension behind the scenes. A lot of viewers think Akaash may have expected his friends to fully ride with him publicly during all the backlash, and when he felt like they didn't really defend him hard enough, maybe that changed the relationship completely. To some fans, it feels like he hit a point where he basically thought, alright then, forget it. Now sure, everybody online has cracked jokes about Akaash at this point. The internet definitely had its fun with the situation, but out of everyone involved, a lot of people still see him as probably the most genuine one in the room. He doesn't really come across like somebody who secretly plots against his friends or moves in a fake way behind closed doors. That's also why this entire fallout feels extra awkward to watch. There's this uncomfortable energy around it, almost like people are witnessing a friendship quietly collapse in public. And honestly, if all those clips involving his wife never went viral, things might look completely different right now. If she never became such a visible online personality, there's a good chance Akaash would still be sitting on the Flagrant podcast every week like nothing ever happened.
Keep your wife off the
motherfucking internet!
What makes the situation even more ironic is that Akaash himself used to talk about how their wives weren't public figures and didn't really have online platforms. Then suddenly, social media clips and podcast moments involving Jasleen became one of the biggest talking points connected to his name. That shift completely changed the conversation around him, and in a lot of ways, changed how fans started viewing the whole Flagrant dynamic too. So in a lot of ways, people online feel like this whole situation really did mark the end of a major phase in Akaash's career. Maybe not the end of his success overall, but definitely the end of a certain era that fans had gotten used to for years. And when you look through the audience reactions, the comments are absolutely brutal. One person wrote, "Poor Akaash, his lady sunk his battleship." Another said, "Jasleen, you watching? You did this." Then somebody else added, "Damn, she really messed up his life." One comment even joked, "This is how me and the boys talk after a funeral." And another viewer simply said, "He left the wrong person." Now honestly, if people seriously believed Akaash was just going to instantly leave his wife because of internet backlash, that's probably taking the podcast drama way too far. At some point, viewers can get way too emotionally invested in online personalities and start acting like they personally know these people behind closed doors. Real relationships are obviously way more complicated than a bunch of viral clips and comment sections. And truthfully, multiple things can be true at once in a situation like this.
I came home from Sweden.
Oh yeah, his reaction was incredible.
His reaction, like he didn't even care the cameras are there, jumped up, gave me the biggest fucking bear hug. I didn't know he was that strong.
Maybe the backlash genuinely hurt Akaash's public image for a while. Maybe the jokes from fans and podcast circles crossed the line sometimes, and maybe he still fully loves his wife and wants to stand by her no matter what people online say. Those things don't necessarily cancel each other out. Still, the entire situation just gives off a strange energy to a lot of people watching from the outside. Even now, Jasleen continues posting content showing off expensive gifts and luxury stuff, which keeps the conversation going online.
You know you need to thank her, right?
All the time. I buy her nonstop things.
I know, I see her.
And maybe for them, that's just how their relationship works. During one interview, Akaash basically said, "She knows I'm grateful for her. I buy her all these things." And for some viewers, that came across a little unusual, while others probably see nothing wrong with it at all. At the end of the day, everybody's gonna interpret this story differently. Some people think Akaash got unfairly clowned by the internet, while others think the criticism was inevitable once all those clips started surfacing. Either way, the entire saga became one of the wildest podcast dramas people watched unfold online last year. But now I want to hear from you guys. What do you think really happened behind the scenes? Do you think Akaash made the right move leaving Flagrant, or do you think this whole situation got blown way out of proportion? Drop your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.